Hey, what's going on? I'm working on a little prototype here. Let me show it to you. This is, I don't know if it has a name. It's a 2D, SWAT 3D, SWAT 2D. It's a top-down SWAT shooter. You're going to be breaking into this house, basically, or defending the house. My iteration on what Siege could look like if it was 2D, with strong influences from a game that I've recently played, trying to research the genre, called Door Kickers on mobile. And right now the shooting feels really bad. So this is my guy. He's the green guy walking around here. And I'm pretty happy with the navigation, which took a while to kind of find a nice medium on. But right now the shooting is just auto. So if I aim at this guy and he's in my red line, I'll like kind of shoot bullets with, some degree of variance on the shot. There's some bullet spread, you would say. However, that just doesn't feel great. And so today I was thinking we would do a live coding where I completely replace sort of that mechanic. The main idea here is that instead of auto shooting, we're going to move into basically you push the space bar, or in the case of the mobile game, it'll probably be a GUI that'll show up on the screen, and you can tap, tap, tap to fire your weapon. And I think that's going to be a lot more fun because it's going to hopefully provide an interesting dynamic where you have to choose between shooting all your shots right away or like delaying them to some degree just due to the long amount of time it takes the bullets to travel. And I think this is going to be a fun thing to do sort of live coding on because it's a small task. Gameplay engineering, I don't know. At least a lot of the stuff I work on, I feel like it's not very conducive to an audience, unfortunately, because it's a long project often, and I don't know, a lot of the tasks I work on are long and they're non-visual, but this is the opposite. So there's going to be a quick task that hopefully we could prototype and get some ideas for. So here's the sketch on that. I'll just show you in Paint briefly. So you've got your guy here, and maybe we'll have some bullets over here, and they will slowly fill up with juice. So filled up. Oh. All right, so something, you get the point. All three fill up, and then you could shoot them, and then slowly they will fill up again. Or maybe you have to push reload. That probably makes more sense. So that is what we are working on. So where should we start? I think the best place to start would probably be on the visuals. So let's jump into, let's go find a bullet object or a bullet icon. I love Noun Project. They have a lot of really good free stuff. And I don't know, some sort of rifle casing would be pretty sick. These are nice. I need something that I could fill in, though. Vertically. I guess I could do that. This is cool, too, for like a handgun kind of thing. I feel like a lot of these would work. All right, I like this one. We're going to have to edit it a little bit, though, to get this to work. But that's okay. Where were we? Oh, we just picked one out. I forgot which one it was. Was it this one? I think so. We're only going to need one. Comes with 3. That's great. Copy this. Put him in the credits somewhere. All right, so as we're downloading that, I think I have running credits somewhere in this game. Don't know where I put it though. I'm just looking around the repo. I have a log here. Here, let me start it in that case. Just useful to mark down where you got everything from. So that's so I could throw the credit in later on in the game. Let's go find where we downloaded that asset and start editing it in a image editor. So I'm loading right now GIMP, which is a free, I don't know, it's sort of like a Photoshop alternative, and I love it. I'm a big fan. Though we might move to Photoshop. We will see. I don't know. At this point, I guess once I get a steady job, I'll be able to afford Photoshop. And then maybe that makes sense. But at this point, I mean, I'm feeling really, really good about GIMP. So that's kind of the, I don't know. All right, cool. So here's our bullet, and we're just going to make it white so we could fill it with Unity. We'll talk about that later. The problem is, how would we do that? I'm trying to think about how we would visualize filling it. All right, well, let's just say this is the base. Ooh, where did I put it? Where is my repo? I think one of the things I worry about the most is just how incredibly non-entertaining programming is to watch live, unfortunately. It's a lot of looking through folders and typing words, but I don't know. I think it's also useful to have like references to see kind of how some people might do it. All right, I'm just gonna lock that in here. All right, so do we, it doesn't look like I have a, oh, I'm in NSA. What am I doing here? This is the wrong game. I need to be in SWAT 3D. Where is that? Here we go, SWAT. Unity, SWAT 3D. Assets, UI sprites, okay. That's what I need. Okay, cool. So here we are, and we will call this bullet fill, because this is essentially the bullet all filled in. And then while we were just talking there, I had an idea for how I'm going to handle this situation. My plan is I'm going to grab all the edges there, and I'm just going to shrink them in and then kill it so that it'll be essentially an outline. So I did not do a good job of explaining that, but I think it's going to be clear very soon. If I get a 2-pixel outline, that's kind of what that looks like. Does that seem thick enough? I don't think so. Let's go further. A 4-pixel outline. Yeah, that feels pretty good, I guess. So we'd see that like kind of fill in. Export as. So this is the bullet filled. This should be the bullet outline. And then, presumably we'd have another bullet filled behind that for a sort of backdrop. So let's start iterating on that. So we've got a canvas here. What is this canvas doing? Is this a UI canvas? Doesn't seem to be anything on it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so there's a little pop-up there. That's kind of where I wanted to put this. Well, let's put a new image there. I think this is the right place to go. And what will we call this? I don't know, ammo maybe? And game development pretty much requires that you work on 2 screens, especially when you're dealing with this many windows. I have like 5 windows open, which makes it a little bit difficult to show you. But that's okay, we'll figure it out. All right, cool. So if I'm moving it, so the way I have to figure out if this is backwards basically is I have to have half and half sort of here. And if you see, if I move it to the left, is it moving left? It's like, no, it's not. It's moving to the right. So I switch it over, like, oh shit. It's very hard to do with one screen. So I want to show you what's going on, but at the same time, I want to be able to do it. Here, let's pull this here. I'm going to have to be really conservative with my screen space here. What is this? So we'll just minimize everything we don't need. We'll pull that out of there. All right, cool. Let's try that. So here we are, and we are gonna rock that to the corner. So we'll put that over here. This is basically gonna be an ammo display, roughly. I don't know, make something like this, maybe. Yeah, we'll make that look pretty later. All right, cool. And then let's see what one of our bullets might look like on top of that. Okay, cool. Looks nice, looks nice. We need to import these. Bullet, so this will be the bullet background. So let's do that. What is, got the asset store moving around. Let's preserve the aspect here, and ooh, I don't know. We'll give it a nice, maybe this, maybe that will work. That seems all right. Let me make that a little less gray. It looks nice here, but it doesn't look great here. That seems okay. Now, on top of you, we are going to put the fill. Image bullet fill. So it's going to look like this. And ooh, there's a lot of ways we could fill it, but if we go vertical, which I think might make sense. Nice. All right, cool. So that's kind of what it would look like when you're reloading. It'll be like, ding, and that's like, okay, cool. Now I could shoot that bullet. Ding. Something like that. All right, and then, of course, we need to have a few bullets in our clip. So let's do that next. So that would be sort of a horizontal layout group. And then we can try putting a bunch of bullets in there, seeing how they feel. All right, so clearly that scaled horribly. We're going to need all 4 of those to kind of squeeze up together. So let's try and squish this. I just want to make sure scaling is right on this guy. It looks good. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. And I want them to be centered. That's better. Give them a little bit of spacing on the left. We'll give them 50 here. Ooh, way too much. 10. That seems better. Okay. Let's kill the old bullets. Try the new ones. Okay, I guess that's feeling all right. Depends how many we want to have. And let's see what other options we have here. Control the size width. Yeah, so that's good. So this kind of like forces it in there. If we keep 10 spacing on the right, then ooh, that looks good. I'm liking that. Duplicate, yeah, so that's cool. So we could have a whole bunch of bullets in there, however many you need for your clip or your magazine or whatever it's called. Yeah, okay, cool. I like that. That looks good. How many bullets should we give them? 4? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. Let's see how that feels. 6. Yeah, let's do 6. All right, cool. So here are our bullets. And then for any particular bullet, we could fill it up by going like that. Cool. All right, so now step 1 is complete. We have the UI. Our next step is to, what can we do next? So we can do the player controls. So controlling, you know, the bullets actually coming out when the player pushes the button. But I think what makes a little bit more sense is sort of doing inventory management for the sake of the ammo. So what that would look like is the bullet. We need some sort of like bullet tracker or bullet manager. I already have a bullet manager to manage the bullet moving. I guess it would be called the ammo manager. And this could, I guess, keep track of how many bullets you have in the chamber, how many need to be reloaded, stuff like that. And it could also be the one that runs the code of slowly filling up a bullet when it's reloading. So why don't we start managing that by creating an ammo manager over here. All right. Could get some music going too. Let's get some music. Where's my Spotify? Where? Spotify desktop is so... I just opened the... I don't know if you saw that, but I typed in right here. I typed in Spotify. And I push enter. And nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. Alright, we'll use the web Spotify. That's fine. I'm worried you won't be able to hear me though. I'll make it low. Do you guys have sounds that you listen to when you're like trying to study or something like that? I know there's like, of course, the chill beats, the playlist or whatever on Spotify. But ever since I was in English class in high school with this teacher, this guy, I think his name was Henry, and he showed us this song, and like ever since then, like if I get into a really tough problem, this is like my go-to song. I kind of like put this song on, and then my brain just goes into like high efficiency mode, which is way more intense than I'm gonna be today. But I don't know. I just think that's interesting, right? Like everybody has their like go-to jam or playlist. But for me, it's like that particular song. Can you hear that? I hate that so much. I hate when they have like these people talking in the middle of the tracks. All right, I'm getting very distracted. This is what procrastination looks like, people. All right, we're not gonna do any music. We're gonna be crazy. It's pure insanity. A man sitting in his room, listening to nothing but the sound of his keyboard. Because I'm procrastinating. Okay, cool. So here we are, back to ammo. So how do we want to manage this? I suppose we could have an array of yeah, I don't know. One of the best ways to approach is just iteration. So what would be the simplest way to do this? I think the simplest way would be, we don't need a reference to the BG. We just need a reference to the fill. So I think if we could just create an array or a list which grabs a reference to each one of these image components. Is the music still playing? I think I could hear it. No, it's just the voices in my head, I suppose. All right, so yeah, so I think we could do that, and we could slowly fill each one of these guys. Let's try that. All right, cool. So that would look something like this. Is it all just direct children? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's do this. How many? Alas. This is going to be, you know, the amount of bullets is going to depend on what gun it is, of course. But for us, for now, we'll do 6. I really want to get to a playtest where I have my friends in like an online game, and then I think we'll be in a good position to start figuring out what parts of this game even work in terms of fun factor. Okay, cool. So we've got a array here of the ammo. So now let's walk through our children and fill it up. Coding for tutorials, you know, it's like you have the moments to relax and really think about where you want to go with things. Coding live, it's like, man, you know where this is going to go as much as I do. But I'm really fascinated by the idea of like live coding, particularly with like a live audience, like with Twitch, which this is not a Twitch stream, this is VOD, but I think that could be really cool, you know, for us to kind of work on something together, because, and it highly depends on the environment, but in an environment like Unity, I feel like I can remix and what do you call it, where you like freestyle. I could freestyle without an issue. With other engines, it's a lot of like looking up things and trying to figure out how I could even do something. With Unity, I rarely am like, how can I do this? It's more like I can like visualize the possibility space, like Doctor Strange situation. It's like, all right, which of these ways is gonna make me cry the least amount, and then, you know, you do it. So here we are. We're going through each one of the children, and for folks who are not following this, which is probably everybody, I'll be very explicit. So we've got a reference to ammo right here. This is the transform we're talking to, because this ammo manager is going to be tied onto this guy, so it's going to be right here. And we are walking through each one of these children. We are grabbing the child 0 of each one of those children, which is going to get us the button fill, and we're just going to add a reference to it in the list. So we just have a list of pointers, basically. So that's what we're doing here. We're walking through each one of those children. This is, of course, the BG children. So then for each one of these, we're going to need to get the child. So I'll call this var BG child. Does that make sense, or does it sound like child of the BG? I'll call each one. This is the ammo BG, and this is the transform. All right, so for each, so that's the ammo BG, and now we want to get the fill BG. That's the one we actually want. So let's get that. So that's the fill, or sorry, the ammo fill. It'd be great to do a lot of error checking here. So let's do that. You may have noticed that I typed that very fast. That's because I have keyboard macros for things that are particularly nasty to type, like this line. I type this line all the time, and it pisses me off, so I just macroed it because it's way too many characters. It should not be that much. It should be ASSERT underscore. All lowercase, I mean. All lowercase, but whatever, it's fine. We're not going to get angry. We're not going to get angry. We're having a great day. Okay, great. So we went through all the ammo fills. Now we just have to add them to ammo icons. Simple enough. I think that's going to correspond with this I without a problem. Is ammo fill dot get component. Ooh, I guess we should be more explicit here. Ammo fill image equals, and then we go to ammo fill dot get component. We'll add an extra step. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna grab a UI image, a UI image, a UI image. Sick, boy. All right, cool. That's looking good. Awesome. So we just went through. We got to reference all the images now. And oh, alas, what to do next? So there's a lot of ways we could do this. So I suppose we could have we can have a reference. No. We could have a counter here, which is the num bullets. No, I want to say ammo. I want to always say ammo. Num ammo available equals, well, I guess we could start with K ammo. 6. Yeah, we got to be careful because this 6 slots. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we can have this num ammo available, and then at any given point we can, and then I suppose we could have a bool is reloading. You do something like that. And so then we might have to update, and the update will, well, I wonder if we should have an update or if there's a better way to do that. Because I think the only time we really need to be like updating every tick is if we're reloading. Then, you know, we want to slowly fill in that bullet. So we'll do a to-do item there. But I think if we're not reloading, then we don't need to be polling. We can instead be event-driven, and we could say, okay, every time there's a shot, just disable the game object or something like that, or set its fill to 0. I think that would be a lot more efficient. So let's do that. And again, you know, like, there's always a million things you're thinking about when coding, right? You're thinking about, like, how is this going to scale to like 100,000 things, right? And it's very hard to sketch that possibility space. Whereas if I was walking you through my process of like drawing a piece of artwork, I can draw it in pencil. But you know, like I could say, hey, this is the hand I was thinking of drawing, but that would look weird if I put it in this position. However, it's hard for me to explain, you know, I'm thinking about how this is going to span to, you know, 100 bullets or something like that, or, you know, where is there going to be a serious performance issue in, like, you know, I don't know, the runtime for this game. But I'm trying. We'll see. And yeah, so let's have a shoot. So like or remove bullet. What's a good word for this? So this is basically when they shoot, we need to tell the ammo manager that we're going to use a bullet, maybe, or you know what I'll say? I'll say spend bullet. That's kind of like treating it as a currency. I don't know if that's going to read very well. Ah, damn it. I'll say use bullet. Use use ammo. Let's see that. Int, oh, and then we could say how much ammo will you use? That's exciting. So we could say you will use num used. Oh, yikes. Yikes. Num used. Okay, cool. And we'll just, that'll default to 1, I guess. But if you use an ammo, then what does that mean? Well, then we have to disable all the ones that you... This is going to be internal. This is going to be private. Let's do this. Make my job a little bit easier. All right, great. So we'll have a public method where you could say use ammo, but then internally we just have to worry about using one at a time. And if we're using one at a time, we need to decrement num ammo available. We should probably be sure that num ammo available is greater than 0. So num So if it's greater than 0, we're going to want to knock it down 1, and then we're going to want to set the fill of that index to 0. So let's see how we could do that. So I want to do something like this. No, I think in order for this to work, I'm going to have to do it like this. And then we'll have to think about that. Oh, and then it's also -1, right? Yeah, it's also going to be -1. All right, so let's figure that out. So you have 6 bullets. You shoot 1. Then we're going to go to ammo icons 6 -1, which means the 6th slot, index 5. Set the fill amount to 0. Set the num available to -. Okay, I think that seems pretty good. So yeah, I'm liking this. So why don't we give this a little try? Right now, I think we're gonna map the shooting to the space bar. And let's see how that feels. So where should we do this? Under game logic, player logic? Seems like a good place to do that. What's going on in player logic right now? Player logic right now. What is this? Try access extensions. Looks like this is when you click on a window to try and get inside. So yeah, I guess this feels all right. What's this init here? Okay. Okay, we're just going to grab a reference to our own ammo manager. We're going to use the controller locator for that. The controller locator is a script I wrote, which I'll probably do a tutorial on at some point. This is what's called a service locator. It's a pattern. It's an alternative to a singleton, though in many ways it's the same thing. However, people will argue about that all day. We're not going to do that. So we're going to grab the ammo manager here. I wonder if it should be initialized here instead of by the player, instead of on its own. I think we're going to initialize it by the player. Yeah, let's do that. So this will be internal void initialize. I hate how it replaces that. Cool. Bool is initialized equals false. If we are already initialized, if we're already initialized, return. Otherwise, we will do whatever we need to do down here. Right now, it's just one thing, And then we will set is initialized to true. This is the bread and butter, man. I use these patterns like every single day. So this is an interesting video because it's like if you ever want to see how I'm coding any game, it's like I've more or less kind of found my style of like code base that works well for Unity, and it's repeatedly the same patterns until you teach an old dog new tricks, right? So then I'm going to assert here that we are initialized true. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's put this here actually. That'll be better. All right. So let's initialize you from the player. Oh, I lost it. Where was it? Player logic? Was that it? Yeah. Okay. So you got the ammo manager. Whoops. And you're going to initialize the ammo manager. All right. That feels good. And now it doesn't look like we're polling for input here. So now I'm getting really nervous because I don't want to poll for input in like 1,000 different places for a player controller. So I want to figure out where is that going on, because I'm polling for input on mouse clicks. So I feel like it'd be weird to pull for input in like over here for the movement, over here for the shooting. It's making me a little uncomfortable. So where is that? So this is player pawn. So I have a pawn controller also. Okay, it's scaring me. So in the pawn controller, oh my god, there's a lot going on here. All right, so now we're gonna read through this, try to figure out what the hell is going on. I see, handle player input. Yeah, you would think that there you would handle the shooting also, huh? I see. Okay, so this is all just locomotion. Terrible name, by the way. Pawn controller. This should be like handle that later. Pawn controller. Okay, interesting. And it could also be an attacker. Oh, sorry, no, that makes sense. But I'm sorry, can this also be an AI? When I play in, does this turn into AI as well? No, these guys are all AI controllers. Okay. Just make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Yeah. Okay, so there's an AI controller which is separate than a pawn controller. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen this code base, if that isn't evident. Oh, an AI controller is a pawn controller. Okay, it makes sense now. I get it. I understand. What I don't understand is why the player is the base class and not a sister of AI controller. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure that when I wrote it, I may have thought the same thing, but you know, you're prototyping, right? So there's a lot of things that you do, but then you come back and you pick up these like code smells, and it's like, ah, man, it's very smelly over here. Okay, so that's player locomotion. Oh, that's the pawn. I guess that makes sense. All right, so then this player logic, probably not a very descriptive name. So this is kind of handling the trying to access the entrance. Interesting. I wonder if that should be in locomotion. Yeah, there's a bunch of classes, and it's clear that this code's going to need to be restructured at some point. But you know, let's just trudge along. Let's just trudge along, and I think we'll be fine. So I think we are going to poll here in that case. Let's do that. Man, I thought I just... Oh, right. So we have the polling here for the visuals. And then let's poll here for the player input. Okay. Okay, great, wonderful. And now we want to see if they press the space bar. We could probably be explicit with that, and we'll replace it later. So if key pressed, how do you do that? If key pressed, if input dot key down. Ah, figured it out. Okay, cool. So if you push the space bar, then you want to shoot a bullet. Fair enough. Dot. Okay, but we want to check if you're out of ammo. So we should have a is empty. Let's try that. So use ammo. So ra-ta-ta-ta. This is what it looks like. It's not that pretty. If is empty. No. I've made a mistake. It's less than or equal to 0. Then we are empty. Ah, wonderful. So we're gonna push the space. So if ammo manager that is empty, then might as well just auto reload, start reloading, you know, because that's probably what they want to do. They're trying to shoot. If it, oh my god, what's going on here? If it is not empty, then we want to shoot. Use ammo. How much do we want to shoot? We'll just shoot 1. All right, awesome. So we're in a state where we can actually play test this now. It's taken us a while to get here, but that's okay. I feel like I'm actually going pretty fast. But that's the whole point, right? You know, prototyping, you want it to be a little bit sloppy. Obviously, I'm trying to pay some attention to that stuff, but all right, let's do it. Spacebar, 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 spacebar. No asserts. The UI looked very clean. I think that was 100% a huge success. Now, let's do it again. Because I don't know about you, but I was kind of like, oh man, they're going the wrong direction. Do you feel that way too? Like I guess it makes sense that on the left-hand side you would have, that's the last bullet you would use. Is that how most games do it? I have no idea what the convention is for that. Should bullets deplete from the right-hand side or the left-hand side? What's a game that shows you your bullets? Maybe Halo 3 multiplayer. So here it's depleting from the left-hand side. I don't know if you saw that. So that's their nomenclature. Their, not nomenclature, that's their pattern. Their norm. So you're not shooting at all. Yeah, alright, so they go from the left. I don't know, let's do another one. Call of Duty World War II gameplay. I was just playing this game as well. He's bleeding out. No. Ooh, a lot of cutscenes in this game. Let's get to the gunning. Oh, it's a number. It's just a number for him. There's no UI. Alright, forget it. What's a game where they... Let's choose an older one. Let's do COD 4.
To go even, or possibly pause it.
Just want to see where you're shooting from. He's also depleting left to right. Okay, yeah, so my intuition was correct. So it's opposite of whatever the convention is. So this is not really an area I want to I want to innovate. Let's stick with the convention here. So I think the easiest way to do that is just to assign the references backwards. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move this statement around. I is going to start at transform count -1. And we just want to confirm that I is greater than or equal to 0. And then we'll do I minus minus. And I think that should be sufficient to get him to go left to right. Let's try that. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. No, that failed. That was a complete failure. What did I do wrong? Oh, ammo used. Oh, I think no. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I went wrong there. Let's Let's fill it in like this. At the 0th slot, we should be filling in K ammo minus this, but -1 also, right? That looks so ugly. I hate that. I hate that so much. Is there a better way to do it? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Alright, what if we change it down here? So here we're grabbing the num available -1. So what would be the opposite way of doing that? So for example, here we would, on the first thing, we grab the 5. Num available -1. Well, we could do the number that you have. So instead of the 5, we want the 0. Right? So we want to do the num available. So you've got 6 available. So maybe something like this. Maybe this would work. So on the first time, it would be like 6 minus 6, 0. 6 minus 5, 1. I think that would be better. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Pop, 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 pop. Did we crash? Did we crash? I don't see anything happening here. What is going on? Pop, 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 pop. All right, awesome. We fixed it. And we did it in a way that I think is much cleaner than the other way. Okay, cool, man. So this is our game. Isn't this fun? This is fun right here. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. You want to play again? Sure, no problem. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. So now what we're going to do is... let's do the reloading. So let's do the reloading. And for now, we'll just say that you reload after you've fired all your bullets. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, let's do that. There's this really... I really love this gameplay mechanic in Call of Duty World War II, where if you want to switch to incendiary rounds in like your shotgun, you've got like a 6-shell shotgun, you have to first pull out all the regular shells and then you put them in. I think that's really cool. That's like a gameplay engineers like, we're like, ooh, that's neat. I like that a lot. All right, cool. So let's jump into it. So if we're reloading, yes. How should we do that? Let's do this. Let's do internal. All right, cool. So begin reloading here, and how will we do that? Is reloading set to true? All right, fair enough. If we are reloading, if num simple as that. I wonder if we should exit here. Let's do this. All right, so if we finish reloading, that's our edge case. You want to get that out of the way quick. then reloading is false. Otherwise, let's actually do the reloading. So we would have to take our current bullet and increase the fill amount. If the fill amount is is greater than 1, I suppose, then we're all filled up, baby. So let's do that. All right, let's jump over here. So we are reloading. Yes, we are. Do we have enough bullets? No, we don't. So let's do it. So what we want to do is grab the current fill amount. The cur fill progress. Now, how would we do that? I guess we'd grab the current icon we're on. Is this how we would grab it? I'm not sure. And then we would say fill amount. So let's see. If we're missing 1 bullet, so this is the next one we would shoot, right? I don't think that's right. There's gonna be like a +1 here, because if we're missing 1 bullet, we want to grab the 0th bullet. So this would be 6 minus 5 gets us to 1. We want to do -1, so we get like 1 slot before this. So it'd be like that, which is a little, you know, it's a little ugly. I don't like having three things in there, but I think that's fine. And then we want to say, what is the next fill going to be? Cur fill progress. All right, so why don't we say cur fill before? We'll say the cur fill after. This is, you know, sort of the increment here. Maybe we'll even say cur fill delta. Who knows? Might do that. And so let's see. So we're going to take the fill amount, cur fill before, plus the fill speed times time dot delta time. That feels good. All right. And if, oh, well, let's set it. So let's set that fill amount is equal to cur fill after. We might want to clamp this to 0 to 1. Not sure. Not sure. Might be too much. Might be extra work. I don't know what happens if you set a fill amount to like 5. Like, what the hell does that even mean? I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll look at it later. Let's see if we crash. And so that's the ammo icons. And then if our fill amount is greater than 1, F, what are we going to do here? Then we're going to increase the num ammo available. I think that's how we would do that. Does that make sense? I think so. There's one other thing, which is that if we're going to use the ammo, we need to immediately stop reloading and remove all progress we have of the previous reload. So what would that look like? How would we do that? I don't know. And this is the one we were filling up, so we'll just set it to 0. Because, you know, you interrupted the loading, man. We weren't able to finish. I think that looks pretty good. All right, cool. Right now, that probably is not going to be relevant because you can only reload once you run out. Let's see how this feels. Let's try this out, shall we? Ba, 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 ba. Yes, of course. I forgot to do something here. I need to do it right here. Reload. Ba, 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 ba. And then we'll also add in this thing, which is if you press the R key, you'll begin reloading. All right. Test 1. Just empty the chamber and get the auto reload. Ooh, I like that. A little slow though. Feels good. All right, let's interrupt it halfway through. Boom, boom. Yeah, nice. Loving that. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Okay. Bam. And now I'm going to push the R button to auto reload. Bam. And then, you know, I always like to, good test to do is just to kind of push the keys randomly and see if you can get it to crash. Because I've been in code bases where if you just slap the keyboard with your face, the game blows up. That sucks. That really sucks. All right, this is feeling solid. I'm liking that. Obviously, the fill speed's a little slow. But how slow? That's the question. How slow is it? And obviously, that's going to depend on the gun to some degree, but I don't like that even for testing. So, would 5 times faster be a lot? Let's try 4. That'll be 4 times. No, let's do 3. Let's do 3. Let's see how that feels. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, cool. All right, folks. So we now have the UI and the ammo logic for kind of managing our shooting. Let's take a quick break for a drink. And then we will have the actual bullet firing tied to this mechanic. Oh my God. I'm gonna die here. Insanity. Some good water. All right, so let's jump into it. What are we doing here? So if we push the button, the shoot, we also want, that's going to be the trigger to actually shoot the gun. And we want to remove the auto fire mechanic, at least for the player. Because right now it looks like that pawn class is like all this is player checks. That sucks. We need to add in an extra layer of inheritance or polymorphism there. For another time, certainly. Let's just go in and try to do the quick and dirty method here. So, did I see try shoot? Did I see a method? Yeah, here we go. Try shoot. Okay, but it's got like a start and a target. Where is this being called from? All right. Are they static? What is this? Oh, it's determined at the laser sites. All right. Those are probably going to need to be cached. All right. Let's cache them. All right, so here's our gun barrel. So let's set that up here. And then instead of initializing the variable down here, this will just be a setter. And then the end position here, we're going to do the same thing. End position. That's not a good name. Shooting start position, shooting end position. It'd be nice if these names had some sort of parallelism in the naming structure, so you could look at the two and say, oh yeah, they're related. Right now they sound totally different, right? What can we do? Shoot start, shoot end. Oh, bullet origin, bullet destination. Love that. That feels great. All right, so let's do that. Bullet origin, bullet destination. Yeah, that feels great. Love those names. For me, the name matters a lot. I've met a lot of programmers where the name doesn't matter to them. And boy, you know, that pisses me off. There's this really good book I just read recently. It's called it's called like something like How to Code in the Least Understandable Way Possible. It's kind of a satire, obviously. But man, it does a good job of it does it. It's so start position and target position. What the hell are these? Are these always just those cache values? Yeah, they are. Okay. All right, so we don't need them then. So we're going to remove that. So this is basically the auto shoot. That's kind of what's happening here. And then we can remove this, and then this can become an internal. Yeah, that feels good. All right, so we'll chop that out. Target position. So this is the, what do we say? Destination. No, not destination. Pos. That's something totally different. I don't know what the hell that is. Bullet destination. Actual pos. What the heck is that? I don't even want to know what that is. Bullet origin. We want to be quick, man. We just want to go in, fix what we got to do, and then get out. Refactoring is a very important part, you know, but for the sake of prototyping, it's like, let me just get it done. All right, that seems fine. Before I add in my own logic, I just want to make sure I didn't break everything by going around and seeing if the auto fire mechanic still works. So that's, yeah. All right, so that looks fine. It's still working. That's fine. Oh, shit. What did I do here? Oopsie daisy. All right, cool. So now instead of doing this auto fire thing, this is sort of an auto fire. We're gonna we need to refactor this out because we don't want the player to auto fire anymore. So we'll just say if you are not player. Great. All right, cool. So now we just need to go into the shooting thing here. Right here. And this is where we're going to make it happen, baby. This is where the bullet's going to come. So we're going to need a reference to the player pawn. Is that what this is? Pawn controller? Player locomotion. Ah, yes. Lovely. Why the hell does the player locomotion manage the bullet shooting? That's probably what you're thinking, isn't it? I'm thinking the same damn thing, dude. Oh, because I guess it needs to know where to shoot from. There's got to be a better way to do that. I hate that. I hate that so much. But we will fix it later. Try shoot. All right, cool. I think we're set. Let's give it a shot. All right. Or maybe two. Here we go. Bam, bam. Did you see two bullets? I think I saw one. I think I saw one. Bam, 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 bam. I think I saw one. Like, this is clearly one. Is this two, though? Doesn't look like it, right? What's going on? Oh, I see. There's a cooldown. Yeah, there's some sort of cooldown. Okay. All right, we're going to split this up. This is the only one. I only want the cooldown on the auto fire. Because otherwise you're just shooting everything in your chamber. That's the whole point of what I just did. So, what the hell is all this stuff? This is determining what the damage is. I see. Interesting. Hold on. Let's pull this out here. There's probably a better way to do this. That should be a helper method void get. Refactor, man, that's what it's about. And I don't, yeah, as I said before, I don't want to know what actual position is. I don't want to know what that is. I'm just trying to get here and get out. So this now can just be focused on the cooldown situation. Great. Isn't that lovely? And then this can be the try-shoot. Now you would think maybe autofire should just say something about the cooldown. Autofire of cooldown. That's probably better. All right, cool down. That feels good. Let's try it. Ba, 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 da, da. All right, here we go. Bam, bam. Yes, there we go. That's good. All right, so I come around this corner. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, shit. I ran out of bullets. Let me reload. Bam, 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 bam. All right, I got him. All right. Let's work around the corner here. Is there anybody over here? Looks clear. All right, let's go over here, around this corner. My bullet UI is in the way. Is there anybody here? Yeah, what are we going to do about that bullet UI? We could put it up here. Let's put it up there. I think that makes more sense for now. Now, thankfully, because of the way we designed this, it's going to be pretty easy to move it. Still too big. Ooh, look at those bullets. They're not shrinking. Now they are. That's better. That's better. All right, cool. Is that a good place for us to have these bullets? I don't know. I haven't really messed around with the HUD ideas too much. You could kind of have the, I don't know. Maybe it just needed to be smaller. I'm not sure. I feel like bottom left is a great place for bullets. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try that. I think that'll be fine for now. Hard to tell, though. Hard to tell. A lot of this stuff, it's just like, because there's a whole bunch of UI that we're going to need on this screen. So it's just a matter of, like, what is going to work. Do we see somebody over here? Bam, 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 bam. All right, duck for cover. I didn't kill him, but we're reloading. All right, now we're going to come around. Bam, 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 bam. All right, now we're going to go. Yeah. Yeah, that feels a lot better already. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, shit. We're out of bullets. And then, you know, it should be like your... What is going on? That guy's hitbox is way too small. It should be that your spread, your weapon spread, will increase based on how many bullets you fired. You know, I think it'd be nice if this red line maybe was like a red cone, actually. And, like, as you shoot, it expands out. And to kind of convey that you're losing accuracy the more you fire like a crazy person. So that's an idea. I wonder if the red line should extend all the way at all. Or maybe it should just go like a foot. What's the point of it? I guess, well, you want to know where you're shooting, but isn't that the whole point of this reticule down here? To kind of aim at it? Oh, well, you kind of need it to tell whether or not you're shooting through a window or not, like this. All right, I guess it is important. Because otherwise I wouldn't know if I'm shooting through this window. But a giant expanding red triangle is kind of going to be a pain in the ass. I don't think people are going to want that. That's way too big and it's a lot. It's a lot of annoyance. Let's go kill somebody else. Can I get over here? Yeah, it's like it's seeing that I'm trying to go through the window and it's like pathfinding around. That's something I'll have to fix. Because right now you have to be next to the window and then open it. Oh, somebody shot me. Bam, but I got him. I don't know if my guy can even die right now. Oh, whoa! That guy murked me. Holy cow. Yeah, I must have stepped right on his trigger thing. So it looks like the AI are not respecting the cooldown anymore. Sounds like I broke that code. Let's see what I did. Try shoot. Ah, yes. So if you're not the player, try shooting. No. If you're not the player, then you should auto fire. That's what you should do. That way they don't go crazy on me. Because they're just like, boom! 15 bullets. Or 6 bullets, whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. None of those hit? Yeah, these hitboxes are a little effed. Let's see. Let's get him to shoot me a little bit. I guess he's not playing. Yeah, I think part of the problem is just by default, the gun is too inaccurate. So there needs to be a way for you to kind of hold your shots. Yeah, I guess those are all just barely missing him. Yeah, there's got to be a way for you to hold your shots, and then yeah, I don't know how I would represent that your accuracy is decreasing, because I guess I do want to show that weapon spread, but I don't know if doing it with the red. I don't want to do it with the light. The light is totally something else. That cone is a total separate story. Also, I feel like it should auto-reload to some extent. Like, I feel like I find myself in this position a lot, and it's like, here, I definitely want to auto-reload, but I guess we could say that's player skill to want to push the button. You know, it's always a question of course the player wants to do this, but are we going to do it for them? Maybe not. Maybe they need to remember to reload. I'm not sure. No. It's okay, he didn't see me. Yeah, I think I would like to see the how would we do that? I'm not sure. But it's a problem for a different video anyway. Something maybe I'll work on offline. Hey, thanks for watching. So I think that was a big success. We got it done. How long did it take? An hour. Yeah, I thought this task would take about an hour. So that's good. That's good. Pretty happy with it. Feels a lot better. Feels really good. I love, and it's adding great gameplay questions where it's like, ooh, should I shoot all the bullets right now, or should I, if we can get the, you know, obviously we've discovered a new problem, which is that the gun right now is just way too inaccurate. So it should be a difficult question of whether or not I should shoot slowly, 1, 1, 1. Or if I should do like a burst fire, which maybe we'll do a bunch, or if I should go full auto and just, you know, spend the entire clip, in which case it's likely that I'm going to miss a lot, because I would love to see that reticule sort of expand. I don't know. Something needs to expand to show that I'm missing, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe we don't show it at all. What's, video games, a lot of first-person shooters, what they do, obviously, the first-person shooter is a much more popular medium for shooting. than, you know, this top-down thing. But they'll do something like this very often. They'll have like a reticule on the screen, and then if you shoot a bunch, it'll go like this, you know, it'll expand a lot. And then in Fortnite, for example, if you crouch and you don't shoot, and it will go like this, right? It'll get really small, so you know it's perfect accuracy. And that's always a big question of Fortnite. Do I want to crouch and do the perfect shot, or do I want to, you know, take my chances? So how do I communicate that here? That's kind of the big question I'm facing right now. And I could think about expanding the... Oh, you know what I could do? This is a crazy idea. This is a crazy idea. I don't know if I like this. So this is the laser sights. Is that what this is? Laser sights. Let's check this out. What the hell? Laser sights. I don't know what that is. Player pawn. Are we still looking at the same thing? Image target. Okay, yeah. So this is a laser sights thing. But it's centered over here, huh? That is strange. What the hell's going on? I don't even know. I don't even know what this is about. Maybe it's getting manually set? Is that what's going on? Like, I can see there's a line renderer here, but I have no idea why it's so far away from this guy. What in the hell? Well, I wanted to show you an idea I had, but I seem to be having a little bit of trouble with that. Let's see if I can duplicate this. Yeah, it duplicates over there. I don't know if I really want to solve that problem. But, all right, this is kind of what I was saying. So check it out. So there's like 3 lines that come out here. So I think that might actually work pretty well if those lines are kind of faded out a little bit, you know, not too prevalent, because right now they're pretty aggressive. But if we made those lines kind of look like, oh, this is a blend? Why is this a blend? If we made those lines, oh, I don't know, kind of look a little bit more opacity, I think would be the right call. Sorry, I'm looking at a window off screen. My apologies. If we put that like kind of here-ish, what would that look like? Yeah, it's a little white. I don't know why that is. But something like that, you know, like we want to be a very, it needs to be a very oh, what the hell? I think that's what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It needs to be a very subtle indicator, because we don't, it's really not going to be relevant for the vast majority of gameplay. So is this completely whited out? Oh, I see. It turns white if you make it completely transparent. That's not what I want. I don't want it to be white. I want it to be invisible if it's completely transparent, which is probably due to the layer that it's on. Hidden by mask? Maybe that's where I want to be. Ooh, I don't know. All right, so this is going to take prototyping, but I think that might look better if it's like a little red line that, maybe like 2 red lines that expand to kind of show the cone of potential hits, rather than a filled in triangle. Because I don't want to take up too much of the screen, and we really just need a very faint indicator. But, you know, 3 red lines is a lot more confusing than 1 triangle. So I don't know. I do not know. All right, so that's something to figure out. Again, you know, it's just when you're just starting out on a game like this, right? It's like, or I don't know, even on games that I feel like I've put a lot of time into, there's always something. All right, so that's me blabbering for another 14 minutes about where we're going to go next with this idea. I think that's my next steps. Thanks for tuning in. Tell me what you think about this if you watched it. I'd be surprised if this got any views at all, but if it did, I'd love to hear what you think about this format. I mean, definitely need some background music because there's some serious dead time that we're gonna face with this like live coding idea. But I don't know. I'm really excited about the idea of like, what could a Twitch stream look like as a programmer? I imagine not very interesting, which is why it probably doesn't work, you know. And it's also not very visual, my work. This is a very rare exception that I work on a task that's as visual as this. This is incredibly visual for what I'm normally doing, you know. And it's also very long form, like I was saying before. So, I don't know. Thoughts. Give me your thoughts. Send me an email, comment, give it a like, anything. Anything would be helpful. And let me know what you think of this game, or if you have an idea on how I'm going to solve this design problem, because I'm probably going to be working on it for a while. It's a tough one. Yeah, the radius thing. I don't know, I guess that makes sense. Having it spread out like that. Like a V. An expanding V. I wonder how other games do it. I don't know. Do you know other games that do that? I'd be very curious to know. All right. I'll see you in the next one.